One research report is making rounds on the internet. MIT's latest report that was released on August 18, 2025 states that 95% of enterprise generative AI POCs or pilots are failing to deliver meaningful financial impact, especially in the bottom line of the companies, and only 5% drive rapid revenue gains. The failure isn't about AI models themselves, because it is a big organizational learning gap. Lot of employees are just using these AI tools for making their work easy, but it is not chaining up. There is a huge organizational learning gap. Tools that work fine for individuals are not adapting or integrating into the enterprise workflow that is there. Lot of misguided resource allocation is happening. Despite over half of the generative AI being directed towards sales and marketing, the highest returns are actually in the boring stuffs like the back office automation that makes sure that streamlining the process, reducing the external agency cost, and cutting the organizational expenses. I'll be sharing this detailed report for all of you to look into it, and I'm highlighting the major things that are here. What also the MIT research reveals is there is a clear advantage in choosing purchase solutions or vendor partnerships that are there with more than 67% success compared to the internal builds, which only succeeds about a third of the time. I'm sure all of you have heard about the Bloomberg GPT issue that has happened. They had spent a lot of money to build something, and the GPT new update has really doing better performance than the millions of dollars that was spent by the Bloomberg GPT project, which was a failure that is there. Coming to one more thing, that if you see ChatGPT 5 that has come, lot of companies are building AI email writer, LinkedIn social media generator, and so many tools that are helping in productivity. But the ChatGPT and the big companies that are there, they release an update and all those companies lose their main business that is there. What are some of the success stories that are consistently highlighted in this report is strategies like choosing one high impact pain point, embedding AI deeply into the workflow, and empowering the line managers and not solely depending upon the centralized AI team, the tech team that is there. So we need to democratize AI and distribute it to the line managers at self. Lot of mass layoffs are happening. Instead of mass layoffs, companies are not backfilling the support and administrator roles, particularly outsource roles that are there. This gradual attrition is quietly reshaping the workforce dynamics that is there, and there is a lot of surge in shadow AI. 90% of the employees are using the AI tools independently like ChatGPT without a formal approval, and underscoring in the gap in oversight and adoption metrics that is there. A user that is there, he has captured a common sentiment in the Reddit for singularity discussion that keeps on happening. A corporate lawyer invested $50,000 in a specific specialized contract analysis tool, yet she consistently defaulted to ChatGPT, even though she has spent so much money in her custom tool. With ChatGPT, I can guide conversations that are there, and ChatGPT consistently produces better outputs even though our vendor claims to use the same underlying technology. So this is a big problem that people that are building these customized solutions without proper generative AI evaluation frameworks, they are not performing as well, and the chat GPT makes it better performance if used properly. That is there. And this quote that this customer has experienced highlights how these general purpose tools often outperform expensive rigid enterprise AI systems, especially when they differ flexibility and iterations that are there. So once you go through this in details, it's a huge report that is there, and I am trying to see various places that it is talking about. The most advanced organizations like the Fortune 500 companies who are already in the tech are already experimenting with agentic AI system tools that can learn, remember, and perform actions that are there autonomously within the preset boundaries that are there. These could define the next frontier of enterprise AI, especially in the generative and back offices, automation, and all those things that are there. This MIT report sends a clear message that generative AI success is not about innovation itself, but how it is integrated, prioritize tightly scoped use cases that are there, adopt proven vendor tools, embed AI in the workflow, and empower managers to drive the change. That's how avoid being part of the 95% that stall and join the 5% that scale and are using AI productively. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Do like and subscribe the channel if you have not yet done so. This will encourage us to post more relevant content. Thank you.